All right, this is video 14, and we are talking about types of functions. So first of all, we're going to talk about linear. That's what we've been doing so far in Algebra 1, and it has no exponent with the x. And maybe that should read no visible because it has an exponent of 1, okay? But we don't have any numbers up there, okay? So some examples could be y equals 3x plus 4. Maybe f of x equals 3. 2x plus 4y equals 9. Okay, those are all examples of linear equations. Okay, if we were to draw pictures, they could be slopes that are positive slopes. We could have negative slopes. It could just be a solid line across with no slope, with a zero slope, or something like that. Okay, those are all linear equations. All right. With quadratics, and you know what? We're going to actually go ahead and take away this one because this is not a function since it doesn't pass the vertical line test, okay? So we're just going to go with these three for right now, okay? With quadratics, okay, these have an exponent of 2, so it's going to be something with an x squared in it. So we could have y equals x squared plus 7, maybe g of x equals 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. We could have 2x squared plus 3y equals 12, okay? And those are all just examples. We could have anything, it just has to have an x squared, and x squared is the highest exponent that it has, okay? And these graphs are U-shaped. Okay, the math term for U-shape is a parabola. I know it's spelled parabola, but we pronounce it parabola. Okay, and so it could be super wide, super skinny, okay, it could be upside down. We've just got all types of parabolas here. Okay, moving on, we've got our next type of function is absolute value, okay? And this one's really easy because absolute value equations have absolute value bars, okay? Those are pretty easy to find in an equation, okay? We've just got those absolute value bars. Maybe something a little bit more complicated. Okay, or we could just have y equals the absolute value of x. Okay, so for absolute value, this one I think is easy to remember. The value, the v in the value means it's v-shaped. All right, and again, it could be really wide, it could be super skinny, it could be upside down. All of those are absolute values. Okay, and our last function is exponential. This one has an x as the exponent. All right, so we could just have 3 to the x, maybe 7 to the power of 2x minus 1. Okay, we can be as complicated as maybe 4 to the power of x minus 3 plus 2y equals 8. Okay, those are all absolute value, those are all exponential because the x is in the exponent. Okay, now this graph's a little more complicated. It either starts off really flat and goes up really quickly or down really quickly. So it could start like this, or it could start flat and then go down very quickly. Or it could start up high and then flatten. Okay, or it could start really down low and then flatten. Okay, all those are types of exponential. Okay, so these are our 4 types of functions and a couple examples of them and their graphs.